Alrighty, so we got this very cool song here where we're doing like palm muting on these strings, which will be good for you because you won't be able to do this other stuff we talked about. It's just how to hold the instrument and not be in a position where it's going to be way over there, which probably will just mean like sitting forward in a chair that's low enough where your feet are just on the floor and your elbow going like as opposed to there, which makes it feel like it's all the way over there. Here's as much as I move my elbow. Just that, very small difference. And yeah, but it makes a big difference. Anyway, so we're doing this thing, and maybe just make sure that you're doing this thing where you're all the way down in that palm muting with just the two bass strings. So just be like, make sure you're in that position. Cool. And we're gonna get really good at the first thing before we try other stuff, which is just a minor bit. So that's what happens before anything difficult starts happening. So yeah, let's just make it like a grocery list. So I'm hitting just the bass note, then the high part of the chord, then the high part of the chord, and then so that was. And then on the very next one, we're gonna hit the bass note again. So it's, and that's the first note in that. So we just went. And then we've got, which is, and then I'm back at the beginning, so. So it's got this. So yeah, bass note, strumming just the high part. Just the high part, the whole chord, bass. So there it is. So I'd get good at that. Here's your suggested starting tempo. It's like, and I would just get to there, to the first strum of the, to there. It'll be a little bit weird in my scope. So we'll go. Not repeat. Cool. So the cycle in the song, it does that a couple times, or it does it a few times as an intro. And then when we get to the verse, it's going exactly the stuff that we just did, and D7, back to this. So our D7 bit, just go look at that on its own. We go, and it's D7 with the first string open, and also we're going to be playing the A string too, which totally sounds fine. Pretty much anytime you're playing D. If you have one extra string, it sounds okay. If you have two, not as much. So that's us. And we go. Oh, that's right. It's got. So there's our beginning. Down, 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 and then it stays kind of normal. Back to there. And that was just down, down. Back to that. So and then back to the beginning. So one of them is what, 2 A's, one of those, and back to A. So excuse me, A. So that's all. We get good up to there, we're cool. Where should we go? So. And that's back to the beginning. A, D, D, D. So that's the only remaining part of it. Had been for love, which is this E. we actually have our first break in rhythm. It's just. And then we have our, like we're at the very end of the A minor part, so just like, and those are both up, which will seem strange, but in the sequence it's up, excuse me, back to that. There's us. Cool. That's where it ends, and then we're back to it. So if I was like, cool. So there it is. There's our little sections. So I guess one time through with her, or we really need to do that. It's like here's once through the whole thing. I'm gonna start like if we've been at the top of the verse. Anyway, you can pretend it goes like that. Or if you wanted, you could also just change up and be like, if you wanted to make it simpler, just kind of. It just happens one time. But in reality, it goes. Awesome. And I would probably practice this for like 20 minutes to get it down perfectly. It's got some subtlety in there.
Yeah.
But there you go. Awesome. So yeah, don't do this. We're just like, it would also behoove you to just like do some songs where you're strumming all 6 strings, even if you're just like make it the world's most easy song and grab whatever chord's the easiest for you, where you had all 6 strings, and just work on going like the least interesting rhythm ever, and I'm all the way up here and I'm all the way down there, which brings us to what I'm doing when I'm going. So I'm not just going. So it's got a wind up. But interesting song to address that, so that's why I'm suggesting kind of just make that its own thing without any pressure to play any song or rhythm in particular, just down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm making it as far as here, it's like a wind up, and as far as down there. So that'll be great, so all the strings with equal velocity.